Hi, this is Julie with Inspiring Comfort. And now we're going to apply what we've learned and we're going to create a plaque for a family member. So let me flip my camera here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pause to look. Who needs comfort? I always keep a list every month. This is my October list. I just write in pencil because sometimes things change. So I took my list and decided that today, for a family member, I was going to make a plaque for Rose. So I have a pause for thought sheet. And once you've decided to choose somebody, you're going to start filling in this sheet for why are you creating a plaque for them. So the first thing, I'm going to make these a little bit darker so that you can see these on camera. I'm going to make a plaque for Rose. Why does she need comfort? She needs comfort for strength. Rose's husband is in the hospital. What kind of things does she really like? Oh my goodness, Rose loves flowers. It just suits so well to her name, doesn't it? But her favorite are pansies and daisies. And then, how do you think you're going to deliver this plaque? Well, Rose lives away from me, so I'm going to have to mail this one. So then there's a spot up here that I've just drawn a really simple idea. And this month, or for this plaque, we are going to focus on a you are statement. So just to kind of get you over that hurdle of creating, think about what can you tell this person to comfort them and tell them that you are what? Well, I want Rose to know that you are strong. So then the next sheet is actually the back side. And the back of the plaque is very important too within Inspiring Comfort. So this is where you have a chance to personalize the plaque. The front of it is going to be a simple image, just something that they can look at and smile, something to give them comfort. But on the back side, we're actually going to write out a note, something, a personal connection to them. So I have a message that I tried out on here, and I'm going to take that message now and I'm going to put it on the back of my plaque. So on our plaques, there's a little engraved image that I'm going to make sure is back here. And I'm going to write a note to Rose. Always hold on to hope and find strength to hold on to those you love. And then I'm going to sign it down here. All right, so I've written on my plaque. I'm going to make sure that that dries just a little bit because obviously I don't want that to smear. Even though it's a Sharpie marker, we want to make sure it's dry. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to flip my plaque over. Now we're going to go back to that idea that we sketched over here on our pause for thought. And I am going to use a pencil and I'm going to sketch on my idea. It's always best to sketch these. Because once you start with your paint pen, yeah, it's hard sometimes to fix mistakes. Now, can you fix a mistake on your plaque? Absolutely. You can use a little bit of hand sanitizer, and you are able to wipe that off with some paper towel and hand sanitizer, as long as you wipe it off as quick as possible. So I am going to use a Sharpie paint pen because I want to add some color to Rose's plaque. And I'm going to choose, now one of the sheets that comes with this says that you can actually use a black Sharpie to draw your design on. I want to let you know that sometimes, depending on colors that you're using, and these are my colors I'm going to use today, when you use that black Sharpie, sometimes it will actually run into the other oil or into your other oil markers. So it's okay to go directly into your colored marker. Okay, so I want to go ahead and start, and you notice as I work on this, I thicken the line just by going over it 2 times in a couple spots, just to make it a little bit thicker. And remember, this is an oil marker, so it's going to take a little bit to dry. So be really careful, take your time, and make sure that you're not dragging your hand across a spot that's wet while you're creating your plaque. And you notice again, I'm going over my letters and just thickening them with my marker, just by going over the line a second time. All right, so there's my letters, just saying you are strong. Then I'm going to turn it this way because, again, I don't want to go through. It would be terrible to drag through after all that work. I would hate to drag through all of that paint. So just take your time. I'm going to add some color on the top of my pansy here. I'm going to put the inside bib on there. I'm going to come back with my yellow. Now, Sharpie pens, make sure you shake them. Make sure as you start coloring, don't push down on your pen while you're coloring. You are going to end up with a huge glop of paint. So you want to make sure you're not pushing down too hard. Oh, do you see? I pulled some in. That's all right. Do you see how there's no mistakes in art? We're just going to pull that over and it's going to look like a shadow. So don't worry about if you grab some other colored marker, because we're just going to shadow with that. See how I just pull that over? And that's going to be some of what makes that flower special. Okay, and then I'm going to come up here and make sure that we get the top part of our flower there too. So I know that light is reflecting. So there's the start of our pansy. I'm going to add a little bit of a green center here. And then I'm going to add a border around the outside because I think it's always nice to frame our piece. Don't worry about if your lines aren't straight. I think it makes it more special. They know it's something that's homemade with all those imperfections. So this is how simple our plaque can be. There we go. So for Rose, you are strong. Once this is all dry, there's a bag and string that it will go into. You can tie it and then take that plaque and present it to who you made it for. It will definitely add a marble to their jar.